Welcome to Podcast Summaries, where every week we break down powerful ideas from 8 to 10 top podcasts to help you grow, heal, and thrive while saving time. If you find this summary helpful, please subscribe and check out links for more content. Your support keeps this journey going. Here is summarized version of Nara Smith, exclusive They Call Me a Tradwife, but here's the real story featuring Nara Smith by Shetty podcast. Nara Smith's journey to becoming a model and content creator is a fascinating one. She shifted posting on Instagram at the age of 13, and her confidence and lack of self-doubt at that age are truly inspiring. She recalls having no sense of embarrassment or humility, which allowed her to take risks and pursue her passion for modeling. However, as she entered the modeling industry, she began to feel the pressure to conform to certain standards and struggled with insecurity and self-doubt. Nara's experiences in the modeling industry have taught her valuable lessons about the importance of being authentic and true to oneself. She emphasizes the need to figure out what you want to do and seek it out, rather than trying to fit into someone else's mold. She also stresses the importance of feeling and looking the best version of yourself, rather than trying to conform to industry standards. As a content creator, Nara's approach is to post content that she loves and is passionate about, rather than just focusing on what will perform well. She believes in finding a balance between creating content that will engage her audience and staying true to herself. Her advice to aspiring creators is to do things because you love them, not just because they'll perform well. By staying authentic and true to oneself, Nara believes that creators can build a loyal following and maintain their passion for creating content. Nara's journey is a testament to the power of staying true to oneself and pursuing one's passions. Her experiences in the modeling industry and as a content creator have taught her valuable lessons about the importance of authenticity and self-acceptance. As she continues to grow and evolve as a creator, Nara remains committed to staying true to herself and inspiring others to do the same. Nara Smith's journey to finding her true self and building a life she loves is a testament to the power of staying true to oneself. She's been on social media for over 10 years. And while she's experienced a lot of trial and error, she's learned that consistency and doing what you love are key to success. Nara emphasizes the importance of finding that intersection between creating content that performs well and content that you're passionate about. She believes that when you find that balance, you'll be more likely to create content that resonates with others and goes viral. Nara's strategy for creating content is rooted in her passion for fashion and her desire to share that with others. But she's also learned that it's not just about creating content that performs well. It's about staying true to yourself and not losing sight of what you love. Nara's approach to social media is refreshing, especially in an industry where so many people are trying to go viral or get more followers. She believes that sustainability and building a community are more important than just getting a lot of views or likes. She wants to create content that resonates with people and builds a loyal following, rather than just trying to get a quick fix. Nara's relationship with her husband, Lucky, is also a beautiful example of how staying true to oneself can lead to a deeper and more meaningful connection with others. They met through social media, and their relationship moved quickly, but they've built a life together that's rooted in mutual respect, trust, and a deep understanding of each other's values. Nara's confidence and self-worth are inspiring, especially when she talks about how she knew what she wanted in a relationship and wasn't afraid to communicate that to Lucky. She believes that it's essential to be clear about what you're looking for in a partner and to not waste time on people who aren't going to add value to your life. When asked what was different about Lucky that made her feel so confident with him, Nara says it was the fact that they were both complete people coming together and forming a unity. They were both in a good place mentally, physically, and emotionally, and they shared the same values. She was attracted to his honesty and the fact that he was willing to have tough conversations and be vulnerable with her. Nara's story is a reminder that staying true to oneself is the key to building a life that's authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling. Nara Smith's life is a beautiful example of how values and vision can come together to create a strong and healthy relationship. She and her husband, Lucky, met at a young age and quickly realized that they shared the same goals and aspirations. They wanted to have a big family, work together, and build a life that would provide for their children. And despite their youth, they were able to make it all work. Shetty notes that it's remarkable how Nara and Lucky were able to pull off their vision at such a young age. But what's even more remarkable is that they were able to do it because they shared the same values and vision. This is something that's essential for any successful relationship, regardless of age. Nara agrees, saying that compromise is key in any marriage. She believes that marriage is a collaboration between two people, and that it's about finding a way to work together despite your differences. Shetty points out that a lot of people struggle with the idea that their partner doesn't love them the way they love. But he believes that this is an unrealistic expectation. Instead, he thinks that what's more important is that both partners are moving in the same direction, even if they're not at the same pace. He uses the analogy of two people driving to the same destination, but taking different routes. Nara says that she used to be a very type A person and that she would get frustrated when Lucky didn't meet her expectations. But she's learned to let go of that and to communicate more effectively. She notes that everyone has different love languages and personalities, and that it's not fair to expect someone to be exactly like you. Shetty says that he's blown away by Nara's wisdom and maturity, despite her young age. He notes that she's figured out something that many people struggle with, which is how to make a relationship work despite your differences. Nara talks about how she never wanted to be a young mom, but that everything changed when she met Lucky. She says that she took her dad's advice to heart, who told her that he wished he had had kids earlier. She notes that she loves having her kids young, and that it's allowed her to grow and learn alongside them. Shetty says that he thinks Nara is at a really interesting intersection in her life. He notes that societal expectations can be limiting, and that people should be free to make their own choices without judgment. He says that Nara's life is a great example of how people can create their own path and live life on their own terms. She's a career woman, a model, and a mom who loves cooking for her family. But what's interesting is how people perceive her life. They see her as a traditional wife, someone who's confined to the kitchen, but that's not the reality. Nara and her husband, Lucky, split chores 50-50, and she's a full-time working mom who travels frequently. She's not just a homemaker, she's a woman with her own passions and pursuits. Nara's online presence has been a subject of controversy, with people projecting their own opinions onto her life. They see her as a poster child for traditional values, but she's not. She's a woman who's unapologetically herself, and she's not afraid to share her truth. She's spoken out about her struggles with eczema and lupus, and how she's used her platform to help others who are going through similar challenges. Nara's journey with food is also closely tied to her health. After her son was born, her eczema flared up, and she realized that she needed to make a change. She shifted researching food and its impact on the body, and she discovered that she was eating a lot of processed foods. She shifted her diet to an anti-inflammatory one, and she shifted making more things from scratch. That's how her passion for cooking began, and it's evolved into a content creation journey that's both fun and therapeutic for her. Nara's love for cooking is not just about creating content. It's about nourishing her family and herself. She makes bread, sourdough, and cheese from scratch, and she loves experimenting with new recipes. She's not just a mom who cooks, she's a woman who's passionate about food and its power to heal and bring people together. Nara's story is a reminder that we should never judge someone based on their online presence. We should never assume that we know someone's reality just because we see glimpses of their life on social media. She's a woman who's unapologetically herself, and she's inspiring others to do the same. Nara Smith's journey to becoming a social media sensation is a fascinating one. She reveals that her signature voice, which has become a hallmark of her content, actually originated from her need to be quiet while her child slept next to her. She would speak in a soft, gentle tone to avoid waking them up, and this eventually developed into the soothing voice that her audience has grown to love. Nara also shares that she's a huge fan of ASMR and would often listen to it before bed, which further influenced her vocal style. When it comes to her fashion sense, Nara confesses that she's always loved dressing up and trying out new looks. She recalls how she used to tell her husband, Lucky, that she would never wear dresses, but eventually found herself embracing them during her pregnancy. Nara's approach to content creation is refreshingly organic. She never set out to create a specific persona or image. Instead, she simply allowed her passions and interests to shine through. She loves cooking, fashion, and expressing herself creatively, and these elements have become the foundation of her online presence. As she puts it, Her content is an enhanced version of herself, where she gets to tap into different aspects of her personality and showcase them to her audience. Shetty notes that Nara's ability to make everyday tasks like cooking and cleaning look fun and enjoyable is truly inspiring. He praises her for taking something that can be laborious and turning it into an art form. Nara responds by saying that she's grateful to have the flexibility to pursue her passions and share them with her audience. She acknowledges that her life may not be relatable to everyone, but she's simply doing what works for her and her family. The conversation also touches on the importance of self-care and presentation. Nara reveals that she doesn't own sweatpants and prefers to dress up even on days when she's not filming. She believes that dressing a certain way can affect her productivity and confidence, and she makes a conscious effort to present herself in a way that makes her feel good. This mindset is reflected in her content, where she often showcases her favorite outfits and beauty routines. Shetty shares a personal anecdote about how he used to dress up even when he was struggling to find a job. He would put on a suit and tie, not because he had to, but because it made him feel more confident and prepared to take on the day. This small act of self-care had a profound impact on his mental state and helped him navigate a difficult period in his life. The conversation is a heartwarming exploration of Nara's creative process and her approach to life. She's a true original, and her passion for self-expression and creativity is infectious. As Shetty notes, she's a comedian in disguise, using her humor and charm to connect with her audience and make everyday tasks look fun and enjoyable. Shetty podcast is exploring how our upbringing shapes our daily habits and routine. He shares how his guest, Nara Smith, has found a way to live life on her own terms, doing things her way, and in her own time. This resonates deeply with Jay, who believes that's what we're all seeking: the freedom to make our own choices and live authentically. Nara Smith chimes in, reflecting on how societal expectations can stifle our individuality. She notes that people often try to fit into certain molds, buying into consumerism and conforming to societal norms. But Nara's approach is different. She encourages others to do what feels true to them, even if it means going against the grain. For her, it's about empowering people to find their own truth and live authentically. Shetty podcast is struck by Nara's message, which he believes is at the heart of what we're all searching for. He praises Nara for being a brilliant speaker and a young woman with an old soul, who is working on herself and her relationships. As they wrap up their conversation, Jay asks Nara a series of final questions, starting with the best advice she's ever received. Nara's response is simple yet profound: don't try to be perfect, just do it. She believes that perfectionism can hold us back, and that it's better to take action and try our best, even if it's not perfect. Jay nods in agreement, acknowledging that this mindset can be incredibly liberating. The conversation continues, with Jay asking Nara about the worst advice she's ever received. Her response is telling: try to get it perfect because nothing's ever perfect. She notes that this approach can lead to overthinking and inaction, and that it's better to focus on progress rather than perfection. As they delve deeper into Nara's life and values, Jay asks her about her daily habits and routines. Nara reveals that she doesn't style her hair every day, unless she wants to feel productive. This small detail offers a glimpse into her laid-back approach to life, and her willingness to prioritize what truly matters to her. The conversation takes a more spiritual turn when Jay asks Nara about the role of faith and spirituality in her life. Her response is heartfelt: it's my center, it guides me, it keeps me grounded and humble. For Nara, her faith is a source of comfort and purpose, and it helps her navigate life's challenges with compassion and empathy. Her response is beautiful: be more compassionate, and don't do things you wouldn't want people to do to you. This simple yet powerful principle is at the heart of Nara's approach to life, and it's a message that resonates deeply with Jay and his audience. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, check out YouTube channel, and just remember, subscription is only £1 or $1 per month. Leave a comment or review. Until next time, happy listening!